All right, welcome to Landslide Breaking News. It's a beautiful Friday morning. Philip, is a breaking news. We didn't hear it coming from anywhere. There were no insinuation, though the last time the Minister of FCT thanked the Governor of Adamawa State that is his special friend. Everybody began to wonder how the friendship, of course we know they've been friends, but they were on two paths. But all of a sudden, he has defected to the APC. Not only him and every member of his cabinet. They are now APC member. Just look as if the ball keeps rolling. Fintiri, now a member of the APC.
Yes, the APC, household keep on growing. But I'm surprised you say we were not expecting it. But what do you think? If you take your mind back to the Ibadan convention, where Fintiri was the chairman of the planning committee for the convention, Fintiri was one of those who advised that the convention should be put on hold 72 hours to the convention. That tells you a lot of things. And Fintiri has always known to be Wike's very good friend. So the body language of Fintiri shows that Fintiri is no longer with the PDP, even though he pretends to be with the PDP. Where some of us are not surprised that Fintiri has eventually defected. But what surprises some of us is that why defected to the APC when the wicked PDP is still there for him to stay with? And then, because Wike had the PDP block that is not recognized by INEC. Why going to the APC? Why don't stay and help Wike to be the stronghold of the PDP they are laying claim to? Another thing that gives me, is surprise is that Fintiri is a second-term governor. His tenure is almost coming to an end. This is 2026, and he can't contest for governor again.
Okay, so, all right. Let me turn to Chinwe. Chinwe, there are a lot of things here. Fintiri, second-time governor, is not going for any elective post, as we know. Maybe senatorial, and it can also be considered for ministerial appointment. That's number one. Number two, that's the home state of the Turaki, Atiku Abubakar. That's his home state, and somehow, some way, his seat was under contention during the elections. Yeah. Fintiri all of a sudden dumps Atiku, dumps PDP. Philip said dumps the Wike faction. The Wike knows that faction of PDP cannot present. They know. See, these things are just they know. Fintiri, let's look at it.
First off, I saw it coming. I saw it coming from, like he said, the Ibadan convention. If you looked at the way it was going, you'd be like, Fintiri will move to. Atiku is losing a good number of people that, it's not looking very good for him with the number of people that are leaving, him. Not him exactly, but you get what I'm saying. His son moved to the APC. Fintiri is moving to the
close allies.
Yes, very close allies. Moving to the APC, they are not joining him in ADC where he's at. And, he's from Adamawa State. If he cannot handle his family affairs, how well would he do handling a country that is as politically complicated as Nigeria? That's one thing that is standing out for me. Secondly, this comes to mind every time I see a defection. Nigerians did not vote for, what do they call it now? Nigerians didn't vote, Adamawa State people didn't vote APC the 2 times that Fintiri was governor of the state, except if Fintiri is saying that they didn't vote him in and he got himself in there however he did, and he didn't just move alone. He carried the cabinet, literally his cabinet, and he moved with them to the APC. I don't know why he would do that. I can't think of any reason per se, because whenever people say, is the APC just trying to move a one-party nation and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't fully see how that works. Because the president of the federation right now has proven to work with people wherever they are. In fact, he looks like he prefers you in another party so that he can use you to do whatever he bids to do. So what is the real motive? Fintiri said that he's doing it to align himself with development. Are you trying to say that if you are not, he wants to be in alignment with the federal government and with development? Are we running an APC federal government, or are we running a federal government of Nigeria? You know, that's a question that we need to answer when we hear people say things like that. Are you trying to say that non-APC party members are incapable of bringing development to their states, or it's impossible for you to get development in your state if you are not a member of the APC? What is his statement really telling Nigerians?
Okay, Fintiri's case is quite unique. I begin to think whether most of the defectors, especially governors, senators, are considering the fact that they know that PDP or SDP or Labour are not presentable, or you can't run under this government. Is that the reason they are going to the APC?
You see, that question is very damning, but I don't think it's a question we can answer, because we don't know what is going on in the mind of the defectors. They only know what is going on. Like he said, Fintiri said, oh, he's defected to join with development. How many months remaining for Fintiri to be governor? How much development is going to bring? Because Fintiri has been governor for over 7 years. And of these 7 years, there has been a PDP governor. Is he telling us that he was unable to develop Adamawa for the past 7 years because he had not been a member of the APC? Now that he's moving to the APC, we bring development for the next few months that he's left in office. Don't forget, Fintiri was the Speaker of the Adamawa House of Assembly for 8 years. He was even the acting governor at some point. So when he make this kind of statement, and all of this happen under the PDP, you see, when we can say Fintiri is his good friend, it's not far from the truth, because both of them enjoy what we call privilege under the PDP. Wike started from chairmanship, rose to a minister, became a governor, and he felt it is time to destroy PDP. Fintiri, on the other hand, became a member of House of Assembly under the PDP, a Speaker of the House of Assembly, an acting governor for 3 months, a governor for 8 years, or rather, going 8 years going, he now felt it is time to betray the PDP. You see the similarity between the two of them. That's why they can be really good friends. You see, the question you ask, whether, these persons, what are they thinking that is making them to defect? The answer is far, far from us, because we don't know what is going on in their mind. But what we do know is that, like he said, the people of Adamawa State cast their vote for PDP. I also saw in the news, last night or early hours of this morning, that the 14 members of the House of Assembly, including the Speaker, had resigned their membership of the PDP, and then they didn't mention where they are going, but it's very obvious that they are going.
No, Fintiri said in his statewide broadcast that they are moving with him to the APC.
This is one thing that I'm thinking now. Fintiri, the same Fintiri, fought APC tooth and nail for a lot of years, not just the 7 years he was governor. He fought them hard, right? So if the people you fought so hard, all of a sudden you turn your back and say they are right today, what exactly changed? And when did it change?
What have you been fighting?
Exactly, what were you fighting? Who do we trust? It's like what I said about Atiku.
I was coming to that.
I said that about Atiku because
not only Atiku, members of the opposition.
Yes.
You said that yesterday.
I did say that.
They moved to the opposition right now. They are calling for a change and said
but their case is quite different. This one, Fintiri is still in government. It's just like what happened in Delta State. The Ovioma led APC that fought the Oborowori and Okowa-led PDP and lost to them. The Oborowori and Okowa had came into the APC and took over the APC from them. And that's what is going to play out in Adamawa State. You remember that lady that I can't remember her name, the governorship candidate, wearing the state rec, or is it the rec of INEC in Adamawa?
That was in Adamawa.
Yes, Adamawa declared, that's what I'm saying, declared the APC to be winner. And thereabout, the man was declared wanted that he went outside his jurisdiction and
made that declaration.
Exactly. But now, the same Fintiri that man claimed to work against, he had gone to join the woman that he was fighting. What is the fate of the man who declared the woman the winner?
Well, this is what I'm going to say. Sorry, just to move away from I get your question. I think it's quite rhetorical, so we can move from it. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. We are trying to shy away from the elephant in the room. There can only be one reason why a governor who is at the end of his 2 terms not going to run for governorship anymore. Could be 1 or 2 reasons. why he wants to do that. He wants to run for the Senate. But I don't think it's about that, because we know they can win elections just about anywhere, especially on state level. This is what I think is going on.
No,
You are about to leave.
on that, you know, the PDP doesn't have, every form is going to be signed by a chairman and a secretary. And right now they don't have a
That
local
is far from
standing.
that is very far from the reason why a man like Fintiri will be living there. It's one thing that comes to mind. And if I am wrong, then I am wrong. Okay, at the end of his tenure, we are going to see if that is what will happen. We'll sit and we'll wait. But someone has made the audacious statement that when you move to the APC, all your sins are forgiven. If you have run, I'm sorry, but if you've run a 7-year term, right? You've run you're almost done with your second tenure, right? So you've run 7 years as governor, as governor of a state. You're very close to the end. You're less than 1 year away, because they're done is March now that they're doing the elections according to INEC. That's if they don't move it forward again. But I digress. And then you are saying, hey, I'm going to run back to the same place that has a reputation for forgiving sins and chastising people that refuse to adhere or go the way they want to go. You probably have something in your cupboard, and it's sticking out of the cupboard bad enough that they know, and you don't want to be prosecuted for it. It's very sad that our governance has gotten to that place in Nigeria where people can just go somewhere and it becomes like they have an immunity that is outside of the coffers of the law, but it's where we are at. And that's my
Philip, we're rounding up constitutionally. We've looked at these things. We've seen that a court has said you first of all resign your appointment or your position in a particular place before you can cross over. But these guys undermine this constitution. Is a pain for me. How can we rectify this?
You see, it is not a court only, but it is a constitutional provision. If you remember, Honorable Tana Bene made it very clear when it was here. The law is very clear. I have said it before and I'll say it again. It's the implementers of the law. Our laws are good, but we lack people with integrity and character to implement them. We lack men and women who believes in institution. So that is what we are suffering. I can't help but to agree with my colleague that, look, the only reason that we make a second-term governor to jump ship in the dying minute of his stay in office couldn't have been that the man has misappropriated the state fund, he has committed atrocity, and he's looking for a safe haven. And the APC had made it very clear under the leadership of Senator Adams Oshomole, while he was the sitting national chairman of APC, said, come to APC, your sins are forgiven. And everybody is looking for where their sins are forgiven, because they believe in committing sin and going to be where they are forgiven. Just like the Catholic members, they will commit sin from Monday to Wednesday or Friday. They will go for confession on Saturday morning. On Sunday, they will go for Holy Communion. And that is what our politician has become today.
Well, the Catholics will come after you.
No, yes, they will come after you today. But this is what I'm going to say. If we live in a nation where the people would vote a particular party into power, and their vote, and the people that they vote into power can move to another political party without the consent of the people, then the people do not elect their leaders. Politicians elect themselves.
Okay, all right, let's take it. Let's hang our boot where Chinwe said you don't elect them. The only way to show that you elect them is that go to the next election stuff and vote them out. The window will soon be open. Governorship, senators, House of Assembly, and all what president. If they don't respect your views, this is the time to show it.